We are in the post-game press conference here after the first national semifinal between Tufts and St. Thomas, joined by the squad from Tufts, head coach Carla Berube, Jacqueline Knapp, Michaela North, and Melissa Baptista. And if I could remind everyone up front, when you answer a question, if you could hold the microphone, that would be great. And Coach, if you could just give an opening statement specifically about that. I believe it was a 20-6 run over the last 350 or so of the game that allowed your team to get this come-from-behind win.
I mean, first of all, you know, St. Thomas is just an awesome team, a tremendous team all around. You know, I know Coach Shin has done just a remarkable job with them this season and seasons past. So for us to come away with a victory tonight, just feel very, very fortunate. They were tough all over. You know, they had players making plays, and then down the stretch, Caitlin Langer was just a force, just we would say a beast on the boards, in the lane, and then they went up 10 or 12, and we just kind of regrouped and just said, this is not it. Let's fight back right now. Let's get stops and just make plays for each other. And we finally did that. We put together a couple great minutes, and I guess that's what it takes down the stretch in these kind of games. And you know, being in those big moments, and you know, we have that experience. I don't remember being down that much and coming back, but I've always said that, you know, I have a very resilient squad that will, you know, fight tooth and nail to give everything they have out on the court. You know, you don't always win, but you're gonna just give it all you have to the very last second. And it was almost like we needed every last second to finally go up. And you know, Jack Knapp's 3, Melissa Baptista's steal, and you know, and 1, and you know, some missed free throws, but just making plays. And I'm super, you know, proud of my team, and you know, they did what I've asked of them, and we're excited to be playing in the national championship again tomorrow night, and you know, we're thrilled.
We'll open the floor up for questions.
Melissa, I'd like to start with the stretch that Coach was just talking about, right? There's a point in the game where, you know, you guys had been down 12, and St. Thomas was, you were making St. Thomas stagnant, but weren't making a ton of headway until you got the 3 and then the steal and the layup. Kind of tell us about that whole stretch there.
Yeah, so we definitely regrouped. I'm not really sure, after a timeout, and we were just trying to be focused and just produce offensively and also get some stops. Not really sure what happened, kind of blacked out in those few minutes, but just wanted to win, honestly. Yeah.
Does that blackout period include the steal and the...
Yes, the 3 and then the steal and the layup, yeah, and the missed foul shot.
Tell us a little bit more about that, since you probably remember it.
No, I think I blacked out too. No, that's what we call Baptista time. You know, it's Sasha, her, yeah, her other ego, alter ego. But she just can do that. You know, I can't say that was one of Melissa's greatest games, but when you know, the time is right and we needed her, she stepped right up. I don't quite know the sequence of events. I know the 3 was big, and I know the steal and layup and 1 was after that. I also think that Lauren Dillon did a tremendous job putting a lot of pressure on them in the backcourt, and just made those plays down the stretch. Melissa has that in her, so we're glad she's on our team.
All right, so Michaela, Langer, as was mentioned, was a beast, but you blocked 6 shots and 5 of them were hers. And she said that she had not faced someone as long as you or the likes of you. Tell us a little bit about, first of all, how you were defending her. Secondly, what you thought of Langer from the other direction.
Yeah, well, first of all, I have total respect for her. She's a great player, offensively and defensively. And she was really hard to guard. I was just trying to work around so that the guards wouldn't pass it into her. And when she did get it, I just tried to stay behind. She has a lot of moves that she can go to. And I thought I was playing some of my, or at least trying my best on defense, and she was still scoring. So I was just trying to work around and get some stops, and so we can turn that into offense.
Yeah, so she did score, but she went 7 for 18, and 5
Yeah.
of those are directly attributable to you blocking the shot.
Yeah, I mean, I just tried to stay behind, and I mean, coach says to just stay straight up and not always go for the block, but they were kind of just sitting right there a few times, so I went for them.
Coach, can you comment on the battle between the two of them?
Yeah, we knew that we needed to keep Michaela on the floor, and not, she's prone. These two are both prone to getting into some foul trouble. So it was important for Michaela just to one, work around, but to not reach and get dumb fouls. And she did a great job of moving her feet. And when Langer faced up, we were trying to dig in from the perimeter. But she's just so strong. And if we did defend her well, she'd come up with her own offensive rebound. And she was resilient. She was tough. I said that's, I think, the best, offensive player that Michaela's ever gone against. And, she did a good enough job for us to win. I mean, she's definitely an All-American for sure. Yeah. But, yeah, I think those blocks were huge for us.
Unless there's somebody else, I don't need to monopolize. Okay. Tell us about it's not quite the game-winning three because it was 30-some seconds left, but it was the three that gave you guys the lead. So tell me a little bit about it.
Well, I've never actually been a part of a comeback, and I just thought it was like a really good team win at the end because we stuck together and we didn't get down. We trusted each other, and we kept pushing on. And like Coach said, I do think we are like really resilient, and it was really exciting. And I think Melissa gave us that momentum with her steals, and I'm glad we came out on top.
Early in the game, too, you had a couple of breakaway layups, I think, including one maybe both of them off of just steal. What were you seeing early on? How were you feeling as you get
Well, we knew that Langer is going to be really hard to defend inside, so me and like Josie and LD wanted to put a lot of pressure on their guards and get in the passing lanes because it would make it harder for them to throw the ball in. And a couple times I think they just got lazy with their passes, and we could jump in the passing lanes. I don't know.
Did you have, Coach, you have anything you want to add?
No, I mean that's who we are defensively. That's the pressure we want to put on our opponents to not allow them to set up what they want. And I think we did a great job in the first half. I don't think we did as good a job in the second half, where they're just got a little tired. But I thought they had a little bit easier time putting the ball into the post into the last few minutes, and then we turned it up again and made it difficult. And we want to make those passes, further out and longer and harder to make those passes. So we want them to catch it, far off the 3-point line, and so that it gives Michaela and our post players a chance to work around. If they catch it right at the 3-point line, that's much more difficult to defend in the post. So, I think our perimeter players did a tremendous job, and definitely in that last few minutes, really clamped down.
My question is for Jacqueline. You said you've never been part of a comeback like that. Have you ever hit a shot like that before?
No, I have not. And I just think that we did have the momentum going for us, and I think that really helped. And it was exciting. I don't really know what else to say about it.
What do you think that meant for you guys during that run there when you hit that?
I just think, I don't know, I think it gave us like a burst of excitement because we had been battling and we had come back from a 12-point deficit, and that's when we got the lead back. And I think we all just like kind of let our I think we were all holding our breath for a while at the end, and then I think we all let our breath took a deep breath, and then LD stepped up big and sealed the game with the foul shots.
Yeah, and that offensive rebound on the foul shot too was huge. That's her first offensive rebound all season, I think. Yeah. I got it. Yeah. Right to her. Yeah. Yeah.
I find the rebounding a little hard to believe. 46 to 22.
Par for the course. It's that happens to us a lot. Well, they had way too many offensive rebounds for what we want. But and if you look at the turnover differential, that's part of that. If they're not getting the shots for us to get those defensive rebounds, well, there's about 10 rebounds right there. So. Yeah, I mean, we usually get out rebounded.
All right, I think we're good. Very good. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night.